Heart of Stone is a spy action thriller film directed by Tom Harper, featuring a screenplay by Greg Rucka and Alison Schroeder, based on a story by Rucka. The cast includes Gal Gadot, Jamie Dornan, Alia Bhatt, Sophie Okonedo, and Matthias Schweighöfer. The film follows the story of Rachel Stone, Gal Gadot's character, an international intelligence operative assigned to safeguard a cryptic artificial intelligence system referred to as the Heart. Tasked by the peacekeeping organization Charter, Stone's mission is to prevent the technology from falling into enemy hands. Heart of Stone is just another movie riding the artificial intelligence wave without bothering to add anything that might actually entertain the audience. To be honest, what bugs me most about this flick is how it's all style and no substance. Those irritating dialogues don't help either. So yeah, Heart of Stone ends up being one of those forgettable background noises that'll quickly fade away from memory. The whole concept of the Heart, an AI system, reminds me of The Machine, a government program from the sci-fi crime drama TV series Person of Interest, and that show did a much better job with the idea. Here, the AI's potential is barely touched upon and definitely not explored. The story of Heart of Stone is convoluted. The movie jumps straight into the spy thriller action from the start without setting up any of the characters. The beginning of the film is the optimal way for viewers to know these people and care about the situation. But not even Gal Gadot's character is developed enough to evoke empathy. We learn about her as the movie progresses, but it remains shallow, as if character depth wasn't a priority for the writers. Instead, the focus appears to be on crafting action scenes around semi-interesting scenarios, resulting in a lack of emotional depth in the film. From a business standpoint, casting Alia Bhatt effectively captures the attention of Indian viewers. However, her role in the movie comes across as rather immature. The film portrays her as a skilled hacker, but the depiction of her hacking abilities lacks excitement and falls short of making an impression. Referring back to the characters and script, while there is a sense of chemistry between the actors, the movie doesn't adequately establish the characters in the first half. The writing fails to properly develop the story's foundation, and the rushed introduction of the action leaves little time to connect with the characters. Even the story's twists are easily predictable, which could have been acceptable if the journey to these twists was satisfying, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. The action sequences and fight choreography are commendable, yet the underwhelming style and cinematography hinder the movie from presenting its full brilliance to the audience. Hoping for reasonable cinematography in an action film doesn't seem excessive, especially considering superior action movies like John Wick, Mission Impossible, and Extraction. However, this quality is lacking for most of this film. Occasionally in Heart of Stone, there are moments that make me wonder why this level of execution isn't consistent throughout the entire film. Having also watched Extraction 2 on Netflix, I'm aware that it's achievable, but Heart of Stone falls short in this aspect. The CGI seems as though it was included at the very last moment, causing some of the action scenes to come across as more generic and less meaningful than they were intended to be. These are significant sequences that are closely tied to Gal Gadot's character and her moral journey. I believe that at the core of the original story concept, there exists an intriguing internal struggle and a connection to these characters that we are introduced to at the beginning. However, due to lack of emotional investment, when something happens to a character, the reaction might be, "I liked that actor," whose character name escapes me. In short, Heart of Stone is intricate but lacking substance. Regarding character understanding, I had minimal insight, yet the film assumes prior knowledge. The pacing is lively, filled with action yet devoid of emotion and heart at times. Jamie Dornan commits admirably to the role, which I appreciate. Gal Gadot does her best, but the lines she delivers feels like mere one-liners. It's an unusual blend, and being a fan of spy films, I see potential that remains unrealized. Instead, it resembles a derivative of Mission Impossible, with a familiar narrative and foreseeable twists. I was not a fan of this film, though I really wish I was. All the alcohol is in my liver. I guess I lost and you're the winner. Missing your touch, you were a good kisser. I was born a saint, but now I'm a sinner. Falling for you.